First of all, may I pay homage to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. May I pay respect to the most venerable Phra Pravit Varanuyut, and dear all Buddhist devotees and people who are listening us from radio 106 megahertz, and also we live streaming in Facebook, in Monkchat radio, and also MCU radio. And today we will have some talk. Especially I have invited the most venerable Phra Pravit Varanuyut to be in this place to share some his story that he went to different places around Chiang Mai and the remote area. As we have mentioned, our title today is Buddhist monk and social activities, how it's cooperated each other, and what is the monk's role during this crisis. So, Namaskar พระอาจารย์ during this week, where have you been, พระอาจารย์ to distribute to social welfare?
May I pay respect to the Triple Gems, ท่านพระสอน and all the listener. Thanks for inviting me today to share my experience about helping, maybe we can say that the suffering people. Yes. So today people suffer a lot, as we know, because of the virus COVID-19 is spreading all over the world, and it affects the life of the people, and many people suffer, not only physically suffering but mentally suffering. That is a very, very important.
Yes.
So only in Thailand, as I heard from the news, many people committed suicide.
Yes, more than people who affected COVID-19.
Yes, in Thailand more.
Yes.
The people who fear, who afraid, who worry, they get tension, nervous, so depressed.
Yes.
Then finally, they decided destroy themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So more than the people who got and directly get an effect from COVID-19.
Yes.
That means people suffer both body and mind. So the body, people know how to protect, and the body itself, people try to help. When do not have food, people giving food. Mm-hmm. So this way also our Buddhist university, we are helping, we are trying to help this way also.
Mm-hmm.
Helping the people who suffer materially.
Yes.
And apart from that, maybe later on we will talk, we have mentally helping, supporting, encourage people to.
Yes.
So we do both, make it balance body and mind.
Mm-hmm.
For helping the people who do not have food, do not have enough food to eat, for example, we are running over 1 month.
Yes.
So almost every day, I and my student,
yes,
and the lay devotee, we move from place to place in Chiang Mai, in different area, different district, to give rice, cooking oil, egg, and milk sometimes, and noodles. I think when the people, all these things donated by the people who come to know that we are running this project, helping the needy, the poor, the suffering people. So people give donation, and we carry all this giving to the people. Like yesterday we gone to Lamphun province.
Oh.
In Lamphun province, people many people live in what we call in the farm, just like a farm, and now it stopped produce all the people. So when it stopped because of COVID,
Yes.
they do not have job.
Oh.
So when they do not have job, no money. If they do not have money, no food, so they suffer. Yesterday we carry a lot of things to give to around 35 families. And day before yesterday too, we gone to Hang Dong district, and we used to go to Vieng Hang. You too, we go together, right?
Yes.
Gone together in Vieng Hang and Mae Ai, Chai Prakan, then Sunside district, Doi Sket district, Sarapi. So you also used to go with me, right?
Yes.
Which
I have
place
seen
you?
that. I went to Hang Dong and Vieng Hang with you, and I saw that those people who live very far away from the big city, we thought that they don't affect it from the stop the business, but in fact it's also affect
a lot.
yes.
You see by your eye, right? They live in a small house.
Yes, very different from us in the cities, especially they don't access to any like helping from the government or
Other organization.
or other organization, because they lack of document or the list of their name include in the village. They like immigrated from other place and work day to night to live their life.
Yes. So this group of the people are look very sympathy. They do not have an opportunity like the others. They do not have chance. They cannot get what we call 5,000 baht, like
Yes.
Thai people. Yeah.
Yes.
They want to get that.
The money from the government.
Yes. And the condition, as we have seen, really very, very poor condition, right?
Yes.
In Hang Dong, they live in a small hut. I gone in other place. We call that somewhere in Sunside district. They live it just like they used, what do we call in English, Sankasi.
The metal sheet.
Very warm.
Like a wall.
Yeah,
also
wall.
It's very hot.
Very, very warm. I simply make joke with them. Do you have air condition? they simply laugh. We have nothing. Only one pillow and one bed. Very hot. They said in their time. So they do not have any other way to do. They cannot choose. They have to accept. So it's good that we able to help them to have at least have food to eat for 2 or 3 days.
Yes.
We have vegetable, we give them too.
Phra Ajahn, can you give some idea about the mentor as well, especially what you have mentioned earlier, that people feel easily to give up with these big issues to move on their life after the post-COVID, or their life living right now, that no income and many deaths, and they decided to commit suicide. So would you mind suggest for the mental suffering as well, how to recover themselves? Of course, when I hear about this like a story, even they're very poor, but they try to work, and I think this is one thing. But what about the ideas of the Buddhism to develop, uplift their mental energy to live with all bad condition? and uh, 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 waiting for this situation come back to normal.
Yes, this is very important that to let how to let the people to learn how to live in this situation. So some people may have thought that the people in the countryside, in the suburb area, may not get an effect. But actually, like we gone to Vieng
Yes.
Hang and Mae Ai,
Yes.
in Vieng Hang district, the old people, normally they send their children to the city to work.
Yes.
When the children work in the city, do not have work,
Of course.
they do not have the money
To
send to the
send-
parents at home in the village as well.
Yes.
So they suffer too. They do not have to. That is why we gone outside to help the people on this area.
Yes.
So apart from this, when we go, we give food for the body. We try to give food to their heart or the mind to sit and talk with them.
Oh.
You see, as you used to go with me, normally when we meet the people, not only giving and living,
We ask them.
sitting, listen to them, listen to their problems,
Yes.
how much they suffer, how do they spend their life. So maybe different cases, we give advice in different way, may not be the same to all, but mental suffering is the same. So how can we motivate their mind to understand the truth of the nature or the law of the nature? What is the law of the nature? Everything changing, nothing permanent. Learn to be patient. Patience. COVID-19 is not permanent too, right?
Yes.
It's changing. When you see now, today what I heard in Thailand is zero.
Zero change from
Yeah.
many months ago. That 200-300 every day.
Yes. So now it's changing. So one day, maybe very soon, we hope that the situation would be normal. Though it may take times, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months,
Yes.
but it would be improved and better every day. So suffering not only you.
Yes.
I mean that not only this and that family, people suffer all over the world. So we try to tell them in this way. When the people they stay alone, they think only themselves. They forget that other people too suffer, do not have much food to eat. The tension too. So when we tell them that many people suffer, not only people, even the monk, no? Many temple today lacks of food too. when because we as a monk, we have to get food from the people, right? Lay people. So morning we go for alms round. People offer food to us. But what happened today? Because of the virus COVID, when the lay people do not have much food to eat, so they do not have food to offer to the monk as well. That means monk too, we to face the problems.
Yes.
But the monk learn how to understand this and learn how to live. So the most important is understand the truth of the nature, law of the nature, and think not only for ourselves, not focus on ourselves, look as a whole world that
Very
people
nice.
suffer now.
Mm.
So when they know that, oh, not only myself, don't only think focusing only yourself.
They feel relief.
They feel better,
Uh,
release, and they feel
yes,
better.
yes.
When they feel better, we give this and that to them. Then simply ask, do you have this and that? They said that still they have this. They have some people maybe they have okay cell phone. They have some people they have car. The job maybe from 1 month reduced to be 10 days a month working for 10 days, or some may jobless, but still they have all other people to help.
Mm.
So helping one another, sharing, caring one another's.
Yes.
So not only you now, you have monk to care
Yes.
and share with you,
Yes.
helping you. So console them.
Mm.
พระสอน I do one thing.
Yes.
When I know that this person or this family cannot help themselves,
Mm-hmm.
not able to do anything, so poor, very poor, have nothing. So we give some amount for them.
Some place around here.
Yeah,
that
we do.
you-
Yesterday I gave for 4-5 families
What happened to the family?
in Lamphun.
Yes.
Two families, husband die,
Oh.
and mother have to take care. One family 3 children, another family 4 children.
Wow. Big problem.
Big problem, and unemployed, no job, any kinds of job. She said that sometimes 1 month she able to work as just like a labor, cleaning the house or something, only once time and only 200 baht. How can she survive? She said, so like this we have.
Yeah.
When the people giving us money, we helping this kind of the people. For those who able to help themselves, so we try to motivate them, try to tell them to be strong and strong. Then look at the others, try to find out the proper way to work and earn. At least may not concern much money, but at least have something to eat to survive. So try to tell them too that if we know this natural law or the truth of the nature, that everything changing, nothing permanent. So one day the situation will be changing and better. We are waiting for that, and everyone all over the world waiting for that too.
Yes.
Right? Maybe soon. So if we think about this, we feel relaxed as well.
Yes, I agree that when we go to offer those donation, we talk to those people. Those people also feel very grateful. This is already help them to have like a satisfaction, feel happy. To see monks like a yellow robe come to visit them, and this is, I think, very grateful for them. And Prajan also suggests that for those who not in this situation but maybe feel disappointed or feel unhappy in another problem, Prajan help us to think in positive way, think about the others' problem, that they are more worse than us, and come back to observe the reality according to Buddhist teaching.
So if we find or we face those people, if they are Buddhist or may not be a Buddhist, we ask them to learn how to calm down the mind. That is meditation.
Yes.
So if they have a busy mind, they worry, they're not happy, they feel stress and depression. So why don't we learn how to practice meditation?
Yes.
Start from chanting, little chanting, short chanting. So that's why we give them a Buddha image.
Yes, that's what I feel very impressed to see that, to have something to take refuge for people when they suffer. They see the Buddha image, maybe they feel more relief or more close to the merit, the bunya, in Buddhism.
So when they have a Buddha image, then they start chanting. After chanting, doing meditation, so the mind relax, get mental, more and more mental energy. So now when we go out in all these village, we try to them to learn this too. So that means we give food not only for the body, but food for heart, food for the mind as well.
Okay, very useful story to let us acknowledge about good story in daily life, Pra Ajahn, to hear this good thing, and we feel grateful in daily life to hear like a positive things. Sometimes in the news there are also many negative news.
People will feel nervous. If we listen only this, people affect how many people die. It's increasing. The number of the people who get an effect increasing. Like people feel nervous. But sometimes we let everything go out. We concentrate, observe breathing in and breathing out. Think in positive way. It helps a lot.
Yes, of course, and we hope that our Phra Ajahn, story that shared through this radio, to through this Facebook Live, when people have learned this, story can make them feel awake, feel grateful for this story. And Phra Ajahn, let me move to a little more about the question from people, from people at home, concerned to the Buddha image that you brought to give to people. Some foreigners who are non-Buddhist or who come from other religion, they have a question about the figures of the Buddha image. That what is the significance, and sometimes they see famous monk. Bless that. They ask about how's that ritual going on, and what is the meaningful to the Buddha image after that blessing. Concern to
Buddha. Very good question. I would say that no one who made the Buddha image have seen the Buddha himself. According to the history, people started making the Buddha image. It seems that after 300 years, after the Buddha passing away, for 300 years. So people made the Buddha image by imagination.
Think how Buddha look like. About his compassion, wisdom, and and create.
Think in that way. And you see, Buddha image in India, Laos, Thailand, China. In totally different. In Myanmar, different. In the local, in Myanmar again, in the local community or the different tribe, Buddha image look different. You just imagine in the future, if the people in the West make a Buddha image, it should look like the people in the West, right?
Like a rock, long nose.
The significance is not only this. Who the Buddha image look like different in each country. Actually, the Buddha image is just like a representative of the Buddha himself. When we use the word pay respect, right? Or pay the
Yes.
homage.
Pay the homage.
Pay the homage to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, which is the triple gems. So pay the homage to the Buddha doesn't mean that worship or asking something from the Buddha,
Yes.
but make the Buddha as an example. As an example, this is the right way. It's the proper way for paying
Right.
homage to the Buddha. Look at the Buddha. We're standing or sitting in front of us. Buddha was a human being like us. When Buddha faced a problem, how he solved the problem? Go to the course. Before attaining enlightenment, Buddha faced different kinds of the problem. Not only this lifetime, we believe about the previous life too, right? Struggle and loss. So maybe if we talk about the people who suffer because of COVID-19, look at the Buddha. Buddha image is representative. How much he work not simple, very hard. Not for himself only, but for the others. We call that Bodhisattva. Preparing to be a Buddha. Life after life, not for benefit for himself, but for the others. Sometimes sacrifice everything is belonging to him, to the others. So when we look at this, that Buddha was a human being, we too human beings. Buddha, he able to conquer everything. Finally conquer he himself. Conquer the negative feeling, negative emotion, which maybe we could call that defilements, ignorance, suffering. He conquer about that. So when you face a problem, why don't you think about this? Conquer. The real conqueror is conquer yourself. So when we look at this, look at the Buddha image, representative to the Buddha himself, and motivate ourselves to work hard to success. And Buddha already showed the way. That is a Dhamma. This Dhamma is a law of the nature, truth of the nature. So why don't we follow this path? Is the Dhamma. And your question talking about maybe in Thailand, like that some senior monk, specific monk making just like what we call mantra, or
something like a mantra to make the image special. But people from West or they are not familiar with Buddhist tradition. They misunderstand. I don't know, or maybe they have seen that true that they used Buddha for the miracle or overcome supernatural to overcome something by the supernatural power. So confusing about this. But what Phra Ajahn mentioned before is all about understanding and develop ourselves. Buddha very useful for developing ourselves in this way.
Yes, we should follow that. So actually, when we talk about Buddhism, it talk only about cause and effect only. If there is effect, it should be the cause. So if there is problem, it should be the cause of the problems. If you want to solve the problem, go to the cause. So cause and effect. In Thai, we say that เหตุปัจจัย. So, Prason, I would say one thing that we have two types of Buddhism.
Right, two types of
Buddhism. The first group we call that Theravada Buddhism. Another group is Mahayana Buddhism. This is two main schools.
Yes.
Some of ceremony which we have seen in Thailand is influenced by Mahayana Buddhism.
Oh, all right.
They focus on mental energy. So the monk who perform those ceremony, they have good mental energy. So when they use that energy, peaceful energy, to the Buddha image, so it made that Buddha image has just like energy too, because receiving from the monk.
Right.
So people believe again that if we have that kinds of Buddha amulet, that Buddha image can be just like a holy
things.
Yes.
Or holy object.
So it helps one thing. It helps for the people who still do not have a much strong mind, need something.
Yes, I agree.
To protect their mind. Make like if they have the Buddha image, and that at least if they fear something, if they go to the graveyard, they may have feel that feel comfortable or feel relaxed that Buddha image with me.
Yeah, I
get from
agree.
that monk and this monk, famous monk like that. But if we talk about the highest teaching of the Buddha, should go back to the original teaching, talk about cause and effect, that talk about the middle way only. So that is an ultimate or the highest teaching. But still, Phra Son, the mountain, as you observe, the mountain is very big, like then it starts small. So when we talk about the highest or the main idea, the main teaching, the people who even to go to the top of the mountain,
Small amount. Right.
But it's still good that people start walking to the top of the
So
mountain.
you mean that those holy objects or people who have belief of the Buddha amulet, like something that could help them have a good life or get away from some problem, could be beginning point to let them climb up to higher
Yes.
teaching.
Yes.
But they have to develop
They have to
themselves,
develop,
right?
not only believe,
Okay.
but should practice as well. So Buddhism do not give much importance about faith or belief. Yes, we can believe,
Yes.
but that belief should go along with wisdom. Faith should go along with wisdom, and then the most important is practice. We should practice. We should practice and follow the noble path.
Right. That's the very crucial part in Buddhism to apply to our practicing in life, in daily life, and also in meditation, which is that's a very clear point to let us see the nature, right, Prajan? When we go to meditation, we allow us to understand deep teaching.
Right. Yeah. So the teaching of the Buddha can we should only practice, not only merely believe. Without practicing, we cannot prove his teaching.
Okay.
Talking about the Buddha image or Buddha amulet.
Yes.
Some people keep the Buddha amulet, keep in their hand the time of practice. They make them feel that they have energy and let it they told that if people told that Once having Buddha image with them, the time of practicing meditation, it make them to get concentrate mind easily. Sometimes it's just like a psychological technique. These people still need something, need some help to lead to the final goal.
Yeah, I agree that if we use those things, for example, Rajan mentioned to the significance of the image of the Buddha, like the good example. When we think in this way, I think we can get more benefit to have the Buddha image in our house or with ourselves. But if we only believe or wish, I think we have less benefit because not action. We only wish one day this will come true or Buddha will help me. I think we have
that is not Buddhism.
Yeah.
Ask the Buddha to help to do this and that. Not Buddhism.
Even not Buddhism.
Yes.
Okay.
What Buddha said that I'm the one who point the way, who show the way. The way to heaven, the way to Nibbana. But you have to walk along the way. I cannot send you to heaven or Nirvana or Nibbana.
Right.
So Buddha show the way. He tell us the way. But
Yes.
we have to walk, we have to do by ourselves, to walk ourselves up. Suppose what does it take? Is heaven or maybe Nibbana. Someone told you that go here and there, right and left, right, then you can reach. But to go there, you have to go by yourself.
Of course.
Then you can reach what Phra Tong.
Of course. Yeah, so it's very important, right, Prajan, to study right map or
Yes.
right Buddhist education.
Yes.
Because there are also many knowledge too, Prajan, that goes through different medias and sometimes distort or miss us in wrong way. So
The theory is necessary. The theory is just like the theory or the teaching which we study. We should study. Otherwise, it's just like closing the eye and walk. Maybe we walk in the wrong way. So we need to have the knowledge.
Right.
It should be right knowledge, right understanding.
Yes.
Teacher guiding us. So then practice. If we do not have a knowledge, or if we learn something in the wrong, having a wrong knowledge, then we follow in the wrong way.
Yes, will cause to our practice.
Yes, practice in the wrong way. So some of the people, they teach about meditation or Buddha teaching, refer to the Buddha teaching, but sometimes it's not the right way. So how to prove this? Whether this teaching is right and wrong? We have the text, Buddhist text. We call that Tripitaka. So we have to go to check from Tripitaka or Patattaipidak. It's just like a holy book in Buddhism. Contain all the teaching of the Buddha. In Mahajula Buddhist University, we have 45 books. So right now in our foundation, Buddhist education in Mekong River, we are trying to translate this into English. How to learn Tipitaka
manual.
Text
manual to help learners able to access to Tipitaka easier.
Yes. Otherwise, you just imagine 45 books.
Yes, very difficult to go books and book.
Suppose you want to know about health, heaven, whether Buddhism talk about health and heaven. So this handbook will tell you which Tipitaka you can read. You can pick up that book, Tipitaka. So now we are doing this. If you want to know about Panchashira or the five precepts, where the Buddha talk
Right.
about five precepts, people simply talk about five precepts, but which Tipitaka, Brahmaviharatham, loving kindness, all these we have to refer to Tipitaka, original teaching of the Buddha.
Very good project to improve Buddhist learning, to let the people get the right map
Yes.
to their practice.
We wish that now we finish it soon and let it be benefit to one and all. We keep in the Monkchat room. When the monk, the foreigners, or anyone want to learn about the sermon of the Buddha, sutra, or any kinds of the teaching of the Buddha, they can come and use this.
Yes.
And it's easy. We want to keep in the Monkchat too.
Maybe someday we can open Tipitaka here in
Sure.
Monkchat.
That is
In Monkchat radio or
Yeah.
this radio.
Yes. So actually, all the questions with the people ask, we have to refer from Tipitaka. That's from where people talk. Like people talk about, ask about meditation. Do you know that where Buddha talk about meditation, where and when and how he teach meditation to the others? So go to the Tipitaka.
Mahasatipatthana Sutra,
Yes.
what would I have taught?
Yes, talk about that. People may have doubt. This day, many female have a question that how the status of women in Buddhism.
Yes.
What the Buddha attitude towards the female. Something like that. Go to Tipitaka.
Right.
Then we will not walk in the wrong way. That is why when you ask about the map, the theory that is referred to Tipitaka only, we need to study. We need to learn from that, and whatever we study, practice. Remember, whatever we know, not only knowing but practicing as well.
Right.
Like Buddha talk about meditation in Mahasatipatthana Sutra. Full foundation of mindfulness. Not only in learning or memorizing in your brain, your mind, your memorizing, but bring that to practice. Talk about mindfulness on body, aware of your body. Why don't we learn how to aware? Sitting, aware of sitting, walking, aware of sitting. You got a self-awareness, a self-mindfulness.
Yes.
Focusing on this. When we're breathing in and breathing out, observe breathing in and out. Be one, be in the present moment. Be one with breathing in and out. Try to follow as a Buddha taught. Then we find, we prove. He said that if you have mindfulness, you will get peaceful mind. You will relax. Not only talking, practicing, then learn how to relax. That is a happiness. You will be happy as refer in the Tripitaka.
Yes.
If you only reading, knowing a lot, but without practicing, no use too.
Okay. So I'm very happy to have Phra Ajahn to be the one who share a lot of things today. Even his own story that affect to the people who are in suffering now, especially the physical suffering, and also have shared a lot of things about the Buddhist knowledge. All right, Phra Ajahn, our time also will coming to the end soon. I would like Phra Ajahn to say thank you to all the donors that help you to make all the project possible, and then we will.
Thank you for all the people, all the donors who have a very, very kindness to us. They send us, some send about money, rice, and dry food, cooking oil
Very
something.
good.
So we able to use all these things, spreading out, sharing to the suffering people. So I wish all those donors be happy and wish all the listener, all of you, be happy, well-being, be in peace, live in peace, dwell in peace, have a good life and good luck. So we give you a blessing in Pali language.
Yes.
สัพพิติโยวิวัชชันตุสัพพะโรโควินาศตุ
มาเต
ภวัตวันตรายโยสุขีทีขายุโกภวะอภิวาทนาสิริสนิจังวุธาปจายโนจัตตารโอธรรมาวัฏันติอายุวันโนสุขังภาลัง